Hey yogis, I thought I would talk a little bit about diet this week. So it's a huge topic, of course. This could be a really long extended lecture, but I'm really just going to focus on one aspect of diet. The big picture, of course, in terms of diet is we are all very individual and unique. A unique combination of the elements, or according to Ayurveda, the doshas, the three doshas, vata, pitta, and kapha. And ultimately, the best thing, the healthiest thing for any human being is not a one-size-fits-all kind of a diet, but a diet that's specific to your constitution. So you would eat according to your particular makeup, and then of course, ideally adjusting diet towards or with the seasons, right? Because as the weather changes, it means that our surrounding elements are changing. That's going to have an impact on our system. Both from the Ayurvedic and the yogic perspective, diet's very, very important. It is actually where disease begins, according to Ayurveda. When our digestion goes out or goes awry, it leads to other complications. It leads eventually to potentially diseases, years and years of imbalance. And then, of course, the yogic perspective is that digestion and this part of the body and our ability to turn our food from fuel into usable energy is a really key part of the spiritual practices. Our diet should be easily digested for optimal health and well-being so that we do the deeper spiritual work of yoga. So there's been one big shift I've made recently with my personal diet. And you're always changing and refining over the years. Excuse the noise. I'm at home filming in my yoga office and it's warm and the windows are open. So I'm always changing and refining my own diet. Recently gave up sugar, have gone a little bit in and out with it, but nowhere near the sugar consumption I used to have, and I feel really good about that. And the latest way in which I've tweaked my diet is to consciously include more variety in terms of grains. So I had this realization over the summer. I was at the Himalayan Institute filming, and first of all, the food there is incredible and delicious and super clean and healthy. And it's buffet style, 3 meals a day. And I noticed for all the meals, but especially for breakfast, there was always a variety of cooked grains. And I realized that in our house, we had sort of fallen into a habit of rice, sometimes quinoa, but mostly white rice. We used to do a lot of brown rice. And, just your normal corn tortillas and stuff like that. But a lot of flour, corn, and rice, which is really the issue with the American diet in terms of grains. And it's super healthy and really, really great for your digestive system to have more variety. Not only is it good to literally mix up what you're taking in, but these different grains our bodies aren't so sort of used to, and they're really high in nutrition, high in protein and other nutrients. So there was an incredible breakfast cereal that I learned how to make. I asked the chef, the cook at the Institute. It's an amaranth and brown rice cereal, and it's not something that you can buy off the shelves. I loved it. I ate it for breakfast there. So I learned how to make it, and I'm going to include that as a recipe and part of my membership because, again, you can't just buy it at the store and cook it at home. You have to compile the grains. So I've been intentionally mixing up, doing a lot of different grains. So amaranth has been one of them, and I have a couple recipes to come with that. Going back to brown rice, white rice, but brown rice. Quinoa, and not just one kind of quinoa, but there's several kinds of quinoa. And then, mixing up breakfast cereals, so not just oatmeal, but also cream of wheat, and there's a cream of oat bran that I've purchased for years. I've been, getting that back in the mix. And one of the recent ones I thought I would share with you is a whole grain 10-grain cereal. So this is Bob's Red Mill. You can get this just about anywhere. The amaranth you have to track down. You can't always get it, even at Whole Foods. My local Whole Foods didn't have it. So it's got 10 different grains in it. I was going to read to you what the grains are. Some of these are really not usual at all. So whole grain, whole wheat, rye. I mean, I don't personally eat a lot of rye. Corn grits, triticale, I always have a hard time saying that, which I never have that grain. Then it's got the oats, but it's also got soybeans, millet, barley, brown rice, oat bran, and flaxseed meal. So this really has 10 different grains, and it's a hot breakfast cereal, so fast and easy to make. So I have noticed that it just feels really good and really healthy to kind of seek out some of the more rare grains and creatively mix them into your diet. So that's what I'm recommending, is to actually seek out more diversity in your grains, not just, rice and wheat. So I think you'll feel the difference. Really, really healthy on the digestive system, and I feel lighter and like I have better, cleaner energy. All right, yogis, thanks for listening. Namaste, and be well.